everyone. Welcome to our little ditty about SWAPS. It doesn't look like we have really anybody yet, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a couple seconds. Hello, we have one person. Give people a couple seconds to join in since we just got started. While we are waiting for a couple more people to arrive, if you wouldn't mind just putting who you are and where you're from in the comment box, and if you have a favorite swap that you like to make or have made or have received. Okay, so it looks like we have a handful of people on here now. So I'll just give it maybe one more minute before we really get started. Lizzie from Georgia, how are you? Is it nice and warm down there today? It is super windy in Ohio right now. You'll probably be able to hear it once we have another gust come through. Kylie from Cincinnati, hello. Jessa from Louisiana. And you're East, that's a daisy as well? Oh, Louisiana East, and you're a daisy. Welcome. Okay. Just want to make sure I can get all the comments really quick. They're not popping up very well. Elizabeth from Cincinnati, hello. Amber and Kyra. Hello, Amber. My camp name is Ember, so I get called Amber all the time. Harper in Santa Clara, California. Hi. Catherine from Ohio. Penny from San Diego. Riley from Illinois. Ooh, Bugs on a Leaf Swap. That is a fun one. Hi, Kat. Tessa from Putnam. Madeline from Cincinnati. Hello. Northern California. Hi, Jennifer. Aubrey from Pennsylvania, Jillian from Lansing, Illinois, Eleanor and Dorothy from Michigan. Thank you for joining. Samantha from Morris, Illinois, Cincy West Side. Hello, Francis. Sleeping Bag Swap is a favorite. Maria from Puerto Rico. Hello. Lexi from Southern California. Anya from Albany. I'm going to try to get everybody before we almost a couple more people. Aurora from California. Hi. Bonnie. Hello. Aaron from Western Pennsylvania. And Allie from Lansing. Okay, so it looks like we have quite a few people here. So I'm going to go ahead and get rolling. So my name is Tori or Ember. I'm an outdoor program manager with Girl Scouts of Western Ohio. So if you're not familiar with Ohio, we're on the west side, and Cincinnati's kind of in southwest Ohio, and I kind of live outside of that. So we are going to talk about SWAPS. So SWAPS are a long-standing Girl Scout tradition. In kind of in the simplest form, it's a keepsake that girls make and then swap with their new friends when they meet them in Girl Scouting. So don't forget to grab your craft materials if you don't already have them, or just join along and watch, and I'll give you some cool ideas. So SWAPS stand for Special Whatchamacallits, Affectionately Pinned Somewhere. That's probably, whatchamacallit is probably one of my favorite words, so I'm very excited to get to use it in a professional setting. And SWAPs are first widely exchanged at National Girl Scout Senior Roundups in the 50s and 60s. And today SWAPs are still used at camp jamborees or at programs, or just out and about when you meet other Girl Scouts. Personally, at my camp, I run a troop adventure camp. And so we encourage the troops and the girls to all bring SWAPs to camp. And we have a big swap exchange on the last day of camp, so people who may not be familiar with SWAPs have some time to make them while they're at camp. And then we have a gigantic swapping ceremony right before everybody checks out. And we have a humongous SWAP banner that hangs up in our dining hall, that one SWAP from each troop gets hung on there. So we've got 2 years of that going. It's just really cool to be able to come back next year and see swaps people have made in the past. I wish I was at camp so I could show it to you. It's really cool. But I brought some of my favorite swaps to kind of share and show you guys how to make them. So just a little bit more about swaps before we get crafting. Swaps can show other troops a little bit about your troop. So if you have a troop crest, it can be something from your crest. It could be something that represents a program that you've done or something that you like to do in Girl Scouts. So we have a whole bunch of little cute campy ones over here. Let's see if I can get them up here so you can see it. I'm going the wrong direction. There you go, little campy ones. So a lot of groups do camping ones, but you can also, we see a lot of little baggies that have like Juliet's pearls in them. So it can also be something kind of historical from Girl Scouting. Try not to spend a whole bunch of money on making swaps. All this stuff, let me see if I can show you. All this stuff is just stuff I gathered around from my house, just kind of looking around really quickly and just looking in the junk drawers and the random craft drawers. So you shouldn't have to spend a whole bunch of money on your swaps. It should be, hopefully should be pretty easy to find. Excuse me. I usually recommend that each girl makes a bag of like, it depends on the group. So each girl usually makes like a bag of 10 or 20 and can kind of take them around at camp in a camp setting and kind of swap them with other girls from other troops. Some troops all have one big swap for the whole troop, and then some troops, each girl does their own specific swap, and it all just is up to you guys. So if you are doing each girl having their own swap, you'll want to make a lot more than if each troop has their own kind of swap. Most swaps have kind of a little pin on them so that you can pin them to things. I've got this really, really cool one that I want to say Lara Cordero made, one of our Girl Scout volunteers. And if I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. But it's just got like a little pin on the back of it so you can pin it to stuff. Like a banner, a lot of people have a cool swap hat, so they pin all their swaps to their hat. Book bags, some girls will make like a little sash or a little like ribbon necklace so that they can attach other swaps to. So that's pretty much swaps. Just kind of a little etiquette thing with swaps. You should never refuse a swap from another person because people are trying to meet you and they are kind of coming up to you to exchange that swap. So it's kind of rude to not accept it. Avoid using glass or sharp object with swaps. I can't say swap. And try to avoid food products because it can kind of get gross after a while. So there's a ton of different swap ideas on the internet. You can see them all over Pinterest and all over from everywhere. But I'm just going to show you some of the ones that I've been able to make today. And just from gathering around the house and ones that are super easy. So I think the easiest, I'll just move that down a little bit so you can kind of see what's happening. So one of the easiest things to use, one of the easiest materials is felt. So I've got a whole bunch of felt that I purchased, I don't know, whenever. I just have it with me, you know, at home in my craft box. So these are really easy, nice things to use to make swaps. I went and grabbed some sticks from outside. Some pipe cleaners, some string. Where'd my string go? I got a little bit of wire. I got some buttons. I found some paper clips. I got some like cotton poof here. And then I found like a little string of pearls. So those kind of work out well. So one of the easiest ones to make is this little guy. So this is the cute little sleeping bag. So all you need to do is get a little piece, let's see, a tiny little piece of this, maybe like 1.5 inches wide. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. By like 2 inches, so not very big at all. Put that over there so you can kind of see. And all you do is roll it up. you can roll it up just like that. If you're not sure if it's going to stay secured, you can put a little dab of glue there. If you guys are using the hot glue gun, just be careful that people who know how to use it are using it. It might not be the best thing to break out to a brand new group of daisies. And I'm just using some yarn, cutting it into some little pieces, and that will be the little tie. Sorry, it's really small. I don't know that I can make you be able to see it super well as I'm tying it. Oops. So that's really simple one. It's very cost effective. You can just buy a couple sheets of felt and be ready to go. Oops. It's very hard to make such a tiny knot. We will persevere. Boom, boom, boom. Come on. There we go. Then you can kind of trim them down, and then you can add your little pin to the back. So this is a super, super easy one. Your little bedrolls, sleeping bags. Another kind of fun one. This could either be a pillow or a sit-upon. So this is just a little piece of fleece. I just cut out a small little piece, about like 1.5 inches by like 2.5 inches right here. I folded it in half. I don't have like the regular cotton balls, so I have like a cotton, the little rounds, and I just kind of stuffed it inside like that. And then I just kind of stitched around the sides to make a little sit-upon. And then you could use like puffy paint or Sharpies to like write your troop number on it. It'd be super easy to hand out and to customize. You could probably even use like a reusable bag or something like that to make it more of that fabric that sit-upons usually are made out of. Another personal favorite is the little campfire. So you can do these a couple different ways. I'm trying to make sure it's so you can see it. So that you guys can see, I just used wire because my glue gun wasn't heated up yet. And then I'm going to glue the different kind of little triangles on here. So I've got the little red one, little orange one, and the little yellow one. And I'll just glue them on there to make the little flame. But if you have different colored pipe cleaners, you can just kind of take them right here and wrap them around and kind of make the flames out of pipe cleaners. Unfortunately, all I have are these little white ones, so they're not as exciting. But that's a good one to make with some sticks from outside. This one is a little quiver, kind of. We usually use the little toothpicks that have the little like, ribbon kind of bits on the end of them. I didn't have that. I have a whole bunch of these tiny little sword toothpicks. So I popped off the edges of them, and then I took a piece of washi tape and kind of made a triangle back here. And then I'm just taking my scissors and kind of cutting it so that you get more of that leaf shape. So that's just kind of using what I have on hand. Everybody else has something different around. So that's just kind of how I was making the feathers on my arrows. They're not perfect, but it does what it needs to do. This one is like a little bird's nest. So I'm sure like everyone have a whole bunch of these like bottle caps running around. So all I did was I took, this is core, it's from, you can get it from like planning stores. I have a tortoise, so I just kind of kidnapped a little bit of his bedding that's clean. And then I'm just gonna kind of push it in here and glue it. Oops, I keep going the wrong way. Gluing it in there. And then I found a bag of rocks right here. found some pretty little rocks and glued them in here to make kind of eggs. Another one you can use with the bottle cap is this little canteen. All I did was I folded over a piece of washi tape right here, glued it, and then got a bead right here to make the mouth of the canteen. So that's a super easy one. Nice way to kind of reuse some materials and make them meaningful. Let's see. This is just like a little pop tab. Oh, there we go. I'm just kind of making a little butterfly with it. So pop tabs are super easy to get a hold of. And all I did was do like the little cow hitch right here. So there's a butterfly and you can kind of trim it down so it's not super long. One I just looked up today, which I thought was super cool. I don't know if you can see it really well. Oh, that makes it better. But it's like a little bicycle. So it's just using a couple paper clips and some buttons, and you can kind of form it into a bicycle. Keep going the wrong way. So I thought that was a cool, clever, kind of new one that I hadn't seen before. And then again, this one is just the little pocket knife. So this one's actually made out of clay. So it's kind of two pieces of clay and then the little pocket knife and the corkscrew part kind of come out of the middle. I thought these were super, super cool as well. I've also seen a lot of fun little tent ones. Ooh, I'm going the wrong direction. So you can just take a piece of felt and then kind of cut out. We're gonna have a blue tent today, I guess. Kind of cut out a triangle. And then you can kind of cut up the middle. I guess I don't have any black felt on me, and kind of roll it up like that. We'll pretend that this is the backdrop. So then there's kind of a backdrop of what's inside, and then a lot of times people will put kind of like googly eyes in the middle of the tent, so it looks like someone's peering out. So that's another popular one. With sticks, there's a ton of things you can do. You can make little shelters with them. You can do like a tiny little kind of just show them a little like square lash or something like that, or really get into like the God's eye and just make a tiny little baby God's eye with these guys. But really, I encourage the girls to kind of think about what they want to make and kind of take a look around what inspires them in nature or outside, or what's been their favorite thing in Girl Scouts, and see what they can find in the house or just around and about that they can use to make into SWAPs. So if anybody want to see what your guys is, awesome, the angry faces were for my baby brother. Oh no. So if you guys have any cool ideas, I'd love for you to type them in and I'll read them out to other people. I think it's always fun to share. Sorry, my throat is really dry. I'm not used to talking a lot. There's nobody at home but me when I'm working. So if you guys have any cool ideas from your councils, I'd love to hear what those are. I feel like sometimes we can kind of do a lot of similar things in certain councils. So I love to hear what other people are doing. Let's see what other people are saying. Can you post this on YouTube? Laura, I believe that our Marcom team is working on getting all of these videos up on YouTube. I'm not sure exactly when that will be. Okay, anybody else have any cool ideas of swaps that they like to make? Oh, Natalie, a beaver with felt googly eyes and pom-poms as felt teeth and front teeth. that sounds really fun. I don't have any pom-poms, so I wasn't really able to show you a lot of the options with pom-poms, but that does open up a whole other can of fun stuff. Tic-tac-toe games from SWAPS out of old film canisters and beads. That's a great idea. Interactive, they can still play with. The pony beads on the end of a bobby pin for a marshmallow. That's always a good one. Make a tree with leaves. Awesome idea. May the 4th be with you. Lifesaver. Lightsaber. Mickey ears. Awesome. An eagle made out of pom-poms. That sounds awesome. Yeah, so it looks like you guys all have a lot of really awesome swap ideas. Pencils, cloud with a rainbow. Those are all fun. I always like the little like first aid kind of kits, or like the this is your emergency whatever kind of kits. Paint puzzle pieces. Googly eyes, pom-pom for a nose, fuzzy hair, makes a cute face. Molly, that sounds like an awesome idea. Yes, Sarah, like you said, this video will still be up on available for everyone. So if you missed something from the beginning, you can just go to Girl Scouts of Western Ohio's Facebook page and then go to videos, and these will all be there. Tasha magnifying glasses, that sounds really fun. Yeah, I think there's just so many options with swaps. It would be hard to really go into every single thing that's possible out there. But I love where your guys' heads are, your creativity, and the girls will also just come up with really awesome things as well. It's just amazing kind of where they'll go if you give them some craft supplies or anything, and they'll just make some super awesome stuff out of it. Swaps, they're super awesome. I encourage you guys to encourage your troops to make some swaps for once we get to meet people again in real life. So right now could be a good time to do some crafting at home. If you enjoyed this video and you're not already a Girl Scout, please check out girlscouts.org/join to kind of learn more about our organization and to join. And then join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. for the Daisy Board Game Design Challenge. And then I believe Vicky is doing letterboxing at 2 p.m. So that's a brownie badge. And then I want to see all of your guys' cool swaps. So if you guys end up making them, post them in the comments so we can check them out. Thank you, everybody, and have a good one.